Kenny.
There's a clear commitment to the programme for Government Taoiseach to provide home care services and home care packages and home help services for elderly people. In the last number of weeks, I've been inundated with the numbers of people that are coming to me trying to get additional home help hours and can't get them. And when I speak to the service in the North West, they tell me that they'd need to get at least 20% more funding to be able to adequately provide for the number of people who need to get this service. And most people are being told that what you have to do is go and employ it personally, go off and pay for the home help services privately to be able to subsidise the state's intervention in it. And it's really unacceptable, because many people are on the poverty line. They find that an elderly relative or something comes home from hospital, they can't get home help services for them, they've been told to go to pay for it themselves and they can't afford to. And really it's an issue, Taoiseach, that in the forthcoming budget I would expect a strong commitment from Government to put the funding in place to ensure that the programme for Government's promise is actually kept in respect of this, because it saves money in the long run. Not only does it save money from the point of view of the health service, but it also provides money into the hands of people living in rural areas, many of them who are going out providing the service. It makes absolute common sense, and it's the one area that Government needs to invest in with absolute haste.
Thanks to Deputy. Time is up. Deputy Eugene Murphy on the same matter. Oh, it's not the same matter. Is Deputy Moynihan is on the same matter?
I speak with the Tánaiste, then he didn't give any satisfactory answer. There's a chronic crisis out there in the home helps right across the country, as I can see from the Dáil chamber, but particularly in my own area. There is organisers that are home help organisers that are not being put, the posts are not being filled, and leading to a chronic backlog. It's going right back now to the end of June, where no extra home help have been given to patients that have been discharged, and in cases where patients are waiting to be discharged, to put a proper home care package in place. And it makes no economic sense, because it's costing the state at the other side. And I do think that we need to be very, very realistic. The home help package is a massive facility for elderly people in particular, and what's happening at the moment is shameful.
Mr. Daly.
Count Corlin, thank both deputies for focusing attention or bringing attention to this important issue. I agree with both deputies. I would like to see an increased investment, of course, and the Government has increase the investment in the whole area of home help budget on budget, and I will be very hopeful that we will do it again this year. But it's important to note that there is a dual challenge there. It's not just about funding. If we had all the money in the world in the morning, we need to get the people to provide the service. And in a lot of areas, including my own down in West Cork, the biggest challenge we have is not financial to get the money, but is to actually get people to deliver the service. And as the deputies will be aware with a view to dealing with this, I've recently concluded a consultation with the public on their views on setting up a fair deal type scheme, which would be underpinned by statute, which will guarantee the delivery of home help hours and the appropriate training, and require a requisite number of staff to provide that service. That's something that's going to take 2 to 3 years to bring about. Bearing in mind that Fair Deal itself took 7 to 8 years to bring in. We are working and making a lot of progress towards that, but in the meantime we will hopefully see an increase in this year's budget, but it won't solve all the ills that are there in home help.
Deputy Healy-Rae.